Hiya, so today I want to talk to you about my PlayStation 4 games. So I only recently started collecting for the PlayStation 4. I got my Pro around this time last year as a little gift for myself for completing my first year of college and actually managing to pass everything. So the first game that I have to show you is Bloodborne. I got this year for Valentine's Day from my boyfriend because he knew I was really interested in playing it. So far, all that I've done is create my own character, which I may have seriously botched. I just got the proportions all wrong. She has a tiny head and a big old body and big gangly arms. So I'm going to have to probably redo that. And then I just died immediately. And I tried to get through the first stage about 10 times and I just died. So I think I'm going to have to give it a go when I have a bit more patience to play it, because I really hate looking up walkthroughs and I just do not want to have to look up a walkthrough for the very first part of the game. That would just be defeat right off the bat. So the next game is Crash Bandicoot Insane Trilogy. I also got this from my boyfriend for last Christmas. And when he gave it to me, I was like, wow, thank you. I'm totally not going to end up throwing this out the window, because I used to get really annoyed playing this when I was little. So I would always rage quit. And so far, it hasn't been too bad. I don't really pick it up that often because I know I'm just going to get frustrated with it quite quickly. But usually we just play it together whenever he comes over, and within about 20 minutes we both lose our patience with it. The next game is Detroit Become Human. So I snagged this last Black Friday because it dropped down to about €14 and I was dead pleased with that kind of bargain. And so far I'm about 2 hours into it. It's a game that I do want to complete this summer while I still have the time before I go back to college, and I'm really enjoying it so far. I think it looks absolutely incredible and the storyline's quite interesting, and I like that there's a few different perspectives to alternate from rather than just having the one. Next is God of War. So I actually got this for free with my PlayStation Pro at the time, which was great because it was a €60 game. So far I'm about 1 hour into it. I keep kind of getting distracted with how beautiful the game is, and I haven't really made that much time to play it yet because I really like playing one game at a time. So I'm going to be going back to this probably during the winter time when I have some time off from college, and going to try to work on completing it and just getting through the main story. It is absolutely beautiful, there's no doubt about that. There's so much to it, and even within the first hour of playing it, finding out what the storyline is, it's pretty heartbreaking, to be honest. So I wasn't really expecting that from a video game. Next up is Horizon Zero Dawn. So this is a game that I picked up quite recently, so all I've done is just install it. I haven't actually opened it up to play it yet because I'm playing through a good few other things at the moment and I don't need to add another game to the list. So I'm probably going to play this through during the winter break as well. And I'm really, really looking forward to getting stuck into it. I've heard nothing but wonderful things about it, and it looks incredible from the trailer that I've seen of it and some of the gameplay that I've watched of it. And I know that I'm going to become completely and utterly addicted to it. Next is The Last of Us Remastered. So this is actually the first game that I really got stuck into playing last summer. And so far I'm about halfway through. I actually stopped playing it because I had a bit of a peak in anxiety and I just stopped reaching for any sort of horror related games because I didn't really want to be getting myself wound up while playing a video game when I should be relaxing. So I haven't actually gone back to it since then. I'm actually going to be picking it up over the next couple of weeks, and I'm really looking forward to doing so because I haven't really heard bad things about it. I always get told when I mention it to people that yeah, I've played it but I haven't finished it yet. They always tell me you gotta finish it. It's absolutely amazing. It's one of the most highly regarded video games out there, so I'm really looking forward to finishing it. Then I have Life is Strange. So I got this because I'm someone who suffers from really bad motion sickness, as I've mentioned in a previous video, and I thought that this was going to be quite easy to play, that there wouldn't be any issues with that. However, out of all the games that I have and out of all of them that I've played, this gives me the absolute worst motion sickness. I can only play it for about 10-minute increments at a time, which is quite annoying because then it makes me not really want to pick it up as much. And so far I'm still only on episode 2, but I am going to try to work my way through it again over the next couple of weeks. It's one that I wanted to complete this summer as well. If I'm going to be honest, I'm not the biggest fan of it. I have a really hard time with the storyline and how kind of cringy some of the dialogue is, and also I really dislike the music that's in it. It's very much 2005 middle America type of emo indie music that I was never a fan of that era of music. I also have Life is Strange 2, which oddly enough I bought before Life is Strange 1. So I got this purely because it came out and then it immediately went on sale, which should have told me a thing or two about it. but I didn't really think about that. I just got excited over the fact that it went on sale, and I just bought a PlayStation, and I knew I wanted to play the first one, but I realistically should have just bought the first one and not the second one. I haven't heard really great things about this. People seemed to be quite disappointed when this came out, so you never know, I might end up trading them both into CEX or something like that. Next is Shadow of the Colossus. So I got this purely because my boyfriend has it on PlayStation 2 and he started playing it in front of me, and I thought, wow, that's a game that I could really get into. Like I'd probably really enjoy that. And so when I found out that there was a remastered version for the PlayStation 4, I pretty much picked it up right away. Again, this was another steal in the Black Friday deals last year, but unfortunately I haven't even started playing it yet because I have so many other things to play at the moment. I don't know when I'm actually going to be getting to this, but I know I'm really going to enjoy it, and I know I'm probably just going to sit through it and binge my way through it. But it looks absolutely stunning from what I've seen. Next up is The Sims 4. So I used to be a massive Sims fan as a small child. I would spend hours upon hours building houses and making characters. I picked this up purely for nostalgic reasons. I thought I could kill a couple of hours every weekend or so playing it. I've only played this once so far, and I've realised it's because I'm not that motivated to pick it up purely because I know that's the next 9 hours gone. And I'd rather pick up another game that I could sit there for an hour or two playing rather than just get completely lost in it. So I feel like The Sims is kind of a dangerous game for me. It's super addictive and I don't really want to fall back down that rabbit hole. So next is the game that I'm completely addicted to at the moment, and it's the reason why all my other games are getting completely ignored and neglected. It is Skyrim. I am utterly head over heels for this game. I finished the main storyline of it and it was a little bit underwhelming, but I still love it. I'm currently doing the Dark Brotherhood quest. I've been doing a lot of leveling up and just doing random quests, and so far I have 50% of the trophies, and I'm working on actually platinuming this over the next while because I love it so much. This is just such a great game. Next up is the Spyro Reignited Trilogy. I was really craving this game after watching a load of playthrough of it on YouTube from other creators, and I just decided, yeah, I definitely want to get this game. It looks amazing, it's so nostalgic, and it's so much fun, and so far I nearly finished the first game in it, and I've just been having an absolute blast. I don't play it all the time, but I just kind of pick it up when I want to play something that I don't have to put a lot of thought into, when I just want to kind of turn off my brain, and it's so much fun. So next up is Stardew Valley. So I haven't actually played this yet purely because I used to get very addicted to playing farming games when I was younger, and I know that most likely that's going to happen to me again. So when I actually sit down to play it, I know that everything else is going to go out the window, and I'm just going to be solidly playing through this for the next while. So that's the reason why I haven't actually played it yet, but I am looking forward to getting stuck into it. Realistically, I probably should have waited and ended up getting it on the Switch because I would be more inclined to play it then, but at the end of the day I don't really mind whatever way I play it. Then I have Tomb Raider. So this is the only game so far that I've actually completed. I played through it last September, was completely and utterly addicted to it. I was a huge fan of the Tomb Raider games when I was younger, my favourite one being Tomb Raider Anniversary because I feel like that had like the perfect mix of everything for a Lara Croft game. So I was kind of hesitant to pick up the new series because I didn't know what they were going to do to her, if it was going to be vastly different from how it used to be. The only difference is that there isn't a lot of puzzles, that this is a fairly straightforward game, hence why I got through it so quickly. But I really, really enjoyed it. It's nice to come home in the evening after a stressful day and just shoot bad guys in the head. And then I have Rise of the Tomb Raider, which is another game that I'm currently playing through at the moment. I'm probably about 60% through the story. Again, I'm really enjoying it. It's very much like if you liked the first one, you'll love the second one. It's more of the same really. It is a little bit repetitive in places, but I don't really mind. Again, it's another game that I can just sort of turn my mind off while playing. Next up is Until Dawn. So I haven't started playing this one yet because I picked it up quite recently. Again, I know that I'm going to have to dedicate quite a bit of time to it, so that's the reason why I haven't started playing it yet, but I'm really looking forward to getting into it. And I know that there's a way to keep all your characters alive, which is something that I'm going to aim to do. I'm probably going to be awful at it realistically, but I know it's going to be quite fun. Next is Yamawari Midnight Shadows. So this is quite an interesting little game. You'd think it would be a game for children the way it's designed and how it looks, but right off the bat, one of the little sprite characters ends up hanging herself in the first cutscene, which is really disturbing. And once I saw that, I just realized that, yeah, okay, I can see why this is a 16s game. I find this quite difficult to play because you're walking through the streets at night and you're looking for your friend, but a lot of the streets look quite similar. So a lot of the time I'm not making any progress. I'm going down the same places that I've been before without actually realizing it. But it is definitely a great little game, and it's certainly different to other things that are out there. Next up is PlayerUnknown's Battleground, which I haven't even taken out of the plastic because I bought it so recently. I don't have my PlayStation Plus yet, hence why I haven't played it. I know I'm going to be absolutely awful at this because there's so many people who've been playing it for so long who are absolutely unreal at it. So I know I'm going to get quite angry playing this, but it will still be a fun time. And then finally, the last game that I have is Friday the 13th. Again, it's sealed for the exact same reasons that PlayerUnknown is still sealed. I have actually played this before over at my boyfriend's house and I was awful at it. So I know that I'm going to have to practice quite a bit once I actually do start playing it, but it seems like it's going to be like a really fun game, and it's something that I picked up purely to do on like a Saturday or Sunday night when I don't really have any plans and I can just scare the living daylights out of myself. So those have been my PlayStation 4 games. Let me know if you've played any of them. Let me know if you have any recommendations on what I should pick up next, and I hope you enjoyed this video, and I'll talk to you soon. Goodbye.